This is Chase. Chase is a black race car. This is Ace. Ace is a white race car. They live in a world with lots of other race cars. Big ones, small ones, short ones, and tall ones. Old and new, black and blue, pink ones and white ones, wrong ones and right ones. Chase and Ace have been best friends forever. As long as they can remember, they have been training together for the world-famous annual race car race. Last year, they were finally old enough to enter the race. For as long as anyone could remember, every year when the big race came around, a white car would win the race. A white car would win 4th place, 3rd place, 2nd place, and most important of all, 1st place. Until last year. Last year, Chase won the race. Last year, Chase won 1st place. Ace won 4th place. Sometimes competition can come between friends, but not for these two. Ace was so happy for Chase, and Chase was so happy for Ace. They loved a race, and they did not care about place. There were, however, some cars that did care about place. These cars were on the race committee. No one had ever seen them, but everybody knew who they were. They held the power in the world and made all the rules for the annual race car race. Rumor has it that the members of the race committee were all white cars. When the committee heard about Chase winning, they were not happy. As long as the white cars kept winning in the race, the members could keep their space on the committee. If other cars started to win, well, who knows what would happen? They were worried.
"How could this happen?" they roared. "White cars have the fastest tires, the most powerful engines. How could a black car have won 1st place? This is a disgrace."
The committee decided to change a few rules to make it easier for the white cars to win and harder for all the other cars to win. The next year rolled around and Chase and Ace were ready to race again. They had spent all summer long training and they knew the route by heart. Once around the track, straight through the cornfield, over the Blue Mountain, through the magical forest, across the bridge and over the finish line. Race day had come. Chase started off faster than ever. He zipped around the track as the crowds cheered him on. Then he shot through the cornfields in record time. He made it up the Blue Mountain in the blink of an eye, and he wove through the trees in the magical forest. Chase was getting ready to cross the bridge when he noticed a sign that had not been there before. "Bridge is for white cars only. All other cars must go around the river." Chase paused for a second. That is so strange, he thought, but he did not want to waste any more time, so he sped around the river as fast as he could. He jumped over the finish line, and even without taking the bridge, Chase managed to come in 2nd place. Ace came in 3rd place. Ace was so happy for Chase, and Chase was so happy for Ace. They loved to race, and they did not care about place. But back at home, something was bothering Chase. It just did not seem fair that that bridge was for white cars only. It took twice as long to go around the river. He reminded himself that he just loved racing and that it didn't really matter whether or not he won, but he could not help feeling like he was maybe not as good as the other cars. Was something wrong with him? He shrugged it off, and he decided to train even harder for the next year. Back at Ace's house, Ace was snuggled up in bed smiling. He loved to race, and he didn't care about place, but boy, oh boy, did it feel good to win a bronze medal this year. He drifted off to sleep, dreaming of next year's race car race. When the committee heard that Chase won 2nd place, well, they were not happy.
"How could a black car have won 2nd place? This is a disgrace."
The committee decided to change a few more rules to make it easier for the white cars to win and harder for all the other cars to win. The next year rolled around and Chase and Ace were ready to race. Chase started off faster than ever. He zipped around the track and the cheers came from the crowd. He shot through the cornfields in record time. He He made it up the Blue Mountain in the blink of an eye, and he was headed toward the magical forest when he noticed something he had never seen before. A forked road with a new sign. White cars stay to the left and all other cars stay to the right. Chase paused for a second. That's so strange, he thought. But he didn't want to waste any more time, so he sped off into the magical forest faster and faster until he realized, oh my goodness, he was lost. That house wasn't there before, oh no, and either was that owl. Excuse me, Mr. Owl, I seem to be lost. Could you please tell me how to get out of this forest?
Why, of course, follow me.
The wise, friendly owl led Chase right through the woods and sent him on his way. Chase sped around the river as fast as he could and jumped over the finish line, and even though he got lost in that magical forest and could not take the bridge, Chase managed to come in third place. Ace came in second place. Ace was so happy for Chase, and Chase was so happy for Ace. They loved a race, and they didn't care about place. But back at home, something was bothering Chase. He reminded himself that he just loved racing, and it didn't really matter whether he won or not. But he could not help feeling that he was not as good as the other cars. Was something wrong with him? Why did he get lost and not Ace? He shrugged it off, and he decided to train even harder for the next year. Back at Ace's house, Ace was snuggled up in bed smiling. He loved to race, and he did not care about place, but boy, oh boy, did it feel good to win a silver medal for second place this year. Ace didn't expect, though, to be faster than Chase. In their practices, Chase was always faster than Ace. I must be getting much faster, thought Ace, and something must be wrong with Chase. He shrugged his shoulders and drifted off to sleep, dreaming of next year's race car race. When the committee heard about Chase winning third place, well, they were not happy.
How could a black car have won third place? This is a disgrace.
The committee decided to change even more rules to make it easier for the white cars to win, just in case. The next year rolled around, and Chase and Ace were ready to race. Chase started off faster than ever. He zipped around the track, and the cheers crowd cheered him on. And then he shot through the cornfield in record time. He made it up the Blue Mountain in the blink of an eye. But at the top of the mountain, a race officer stopped him.
Pull over, please. I need to see some identification.
Chase paused. Well, that's strange, he thought. None of the white cars seemed to be getting stopped. But he didn't want to waste any more time. He showed the officer his identification and continued on his way. He sped off towards the magical forest. When Chase got to the forked road in the forest, Mr. Owl was there waiting to show him the way out. The wise, friendly owl led Chase right through the woods and sent him on his way. Chase sped around the river as fast as he could, and he jumped over the finish line. But because the race officer stopped him, Chase did not get fourth place, or third place, or second place, and Ace came in first place. Chase was happy for Ace, but they were both upset about Chase's race. They loved to race, and they didn't care about place, but the committee had just announced a new rule. Cars that did not place this year could no longer race next year. Next year, Chase would not be able to race. Back at home, Chase was devastated. He didn't care about place, but gosh, he loved to race. What would he do now? Chase could not help feeling like he was not as good as the other cars. Something was definitely wrong with him. Why else would he be not allowed to race? That night, Chase cried himself into a long, deep sleep. Back at Ace's house, Ace was snuggled up in bed. He loved a race, and he didn't care about place, but oh boy, did it feel good to win a gold medal for first place this year. But something didn't feel quite right. He did not understand why Chase did not place. He is the fastest car, I know, thought Chase. Next year, it just wouldn't be the same without his best friend. Chase was the reason that Ace liked to race in the first place. Ace sighed, shrugged his shoulders, and drifted off to a long, deep sleep. The next year rolled around, and Chase was at the race to cheer on his best friend. Ace started off faster than ever. He zipped around the track as the crowds cheered him on, and then he shot through the cornfields in record time. He made it up the Blue Mountain in the blink of an eye, and Ace was headed for the magical forest when something made him pause. He had seen this sign before, but never really thought about it too much. This year, Ace wanted to know what was down the right path. Ace sped off into the magical forest faster and faster until he realized he was lost. Back at the track, the race officials were starting to get worried. All the cars had finished the race except for Ace. Where could he be? The race officers looked everywhere, but they could not find Ace. The officials called the committee, and the committee decided to hold a meeting to figure out the best way to find Ace. We need the fastest car, the fastest race car, the very fastest one. That one should be able to find Ace, they said to another. They were all in agreement. But the fastest car is really Chase, even though we did not let him race, added another. If we choose Chase, then the world will know that we rigged the race. The committee was reluctant, but they must save Ace. Take down those signs. This is a special case. We must let Chase race at his fastest pace. Chase was nervous at first. He was not sure that he was as fast as he once was, but he quickly agreed to save his best friend. Here I come, Ace, cried Chase. He zipped around the track, and the crowds cheered him on, and he shot through the cornfields in record time. He made it up the Blue Mountain in the blink of the eye, and when he got to the magical forest, Mr. Owl was there, waiting to lead him to his friend Ace. I'm so sorry it took me so long to realize how much harder it was for you to win this race, Chase, said Ace when he found him. The best friends embraced. Then together, Ace and Chase, they finished the race. Across the bridge and over the finish line, the friends had finished in record time. The committee decided to give Chase the gold medal this year. Ace was so happy for Chase, and Chase was so happy for Ace. Chase did not care about place, but boy, oh boy, did it feel good to finally win that race. The end.